Oi, oi. Hello, viewer. Today it's a Saturday, November the 4th, 2023. It's kind of the unofficial bonfire night in the UK. It sounds like a war zone. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all doing very well today. On this evening's live stream, we are discussing, well, it says here, the goings on this week in entertainment and on the social media, but we're not. We're just talking spaceships and a little bit of jive, if you know what I mean. So, yes, so I'll just get straight to it. If you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, lots to get through. There isn't. Shall we get the guests out? We have guests. Not many, but we have guests. Okay. First up, watch out, War and Peace. He is the Star Wars novelist. He's the jester from Leicester, Emperor Kiplin.
Oh, hello. I don't know who's watching us at this time of night. But...
Nobody. They all fucked off.
Oh, well, that's nice of them. Greetings to everybody in the chat. Greetings, Mr. Brown. And
how are you, my friend?
It is to be here on a night in from not being out. It's wonderful. Yes, it is like a war zone. And I live in a tiny little town, and it sounds like a certain other country that's having lots of artillery thrown at it at the moment. So I hope if everyone else is experiencing the same thing, your pets are all okay, because we know how much of a nightmare it is for them. I don't know about your cats. How are your cats doing at the moment?
Well, Marty, the male, was hiding under the bed.
Oh dear, poor thing. And it's not good. It's just like, it's because it's at the weekend. It's like 3 nights in a row as well, which is terrible.
Obviously it sounds like a war zone. Is it the sound of what's to come in the UK, do you think?
If it's not already here. We just might as well get used to it, eh?
Bit of politics. So you well, my friend?
I can't complain. Who else we got in store?
Very good. Okay. Short of people tonight, folks. Very, very, very last moments. Okay. And last, but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. He is the great mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz.
Hello, everybody. I think there's about 21 people watching us. That's quite nice, though.
Yeah, the ones that stick with us even through the times when everyone else is out getting pissed and we're all staying. Right.
Yeah, I mean, we appreciate 27. We appreciate 27 people watching, which is really cool. So that's good.
I think EFAP's on as well, which don't help.
EFAP. What's EFAP?
Every frame a pause. That's Monsieur Mauler.
Oh, right, gotcha. Yeah, okay. What's on the docket for tonight, Mr. Brown?
On the docket is... Oh, sorry, wrong button. Boomer. I'm a boomer. Yeah, TBA number 9. You know the drill. Like, share, subscribe. Donations, blah, 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 blah. We're going to do spaceships.
I love doing spaceships.
Oh, I love a spaceship, I do. Shall we do you want to just talk crap for a bit?
Well, I can tell you that...
good evening, chat.
Well, I can tell you that the cinemas are not making any money. You can tell by the amount of old films they're putting out. This Christmas, they're bringing out... oh, God, what's that stupid film called with the loads of stories in it? Richard Curtis movie. You know, the one at the airport where they all come at the airport. What's that one called again?
Chat, help him out. His brain's gone.
My brain's gone.
Like mine.
What's it called? The Richard Curtis movie. Love Actually.
Oh, okay.
Bringing that out. I think it's like the They always bringing out films that says it's the anniversary of
the
certain movies.
Version.
And it just goes to prove that nobody's going to the cinema, and they have to do these things now, you know. So they're using excuses like, oh, it's the 40th anniversary of Aliens, we're going to screen that, or it's this, that, the other. Do you know what I mean? So I'm finding it. I find myself being very sad, even though I liked Love Actually. I thought it was quite a lot of fun. but it's sad that there's nothing new out there. Even when I went to see the creator, I thought was below par, in my opinion. I just think that people,
Really?
yeah, I did. It was, the special effects was great, but
I know, that's amazing.
the whole film, I'd seen it before. We'd seen,
It did
it's the
seem that
same
way from the
thing.
trailer. I've got to admit.
Yes, we've seen all that stuff before. It looks like we creatively, Hollywood is stuck at one place where they can't go any further, and all they're doing is re-releasing old films or remaking old films. Which
I never thought we'd see that day.
No, nor did I. Nor would I.
Here you go, Professor Artoo. I'd rather watch good movies than that modern shite.
Oh
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I think that goes without saying, I guess, But you know what I mean? It's incredible, isn't it, when you think about it, that if you're gonna, you can make something new. Nothing's ever original. Just make something new, isn't it?
You can always put an original spin on something that's been done before.
I
Yeah,
thought you would say
exactly.
you could always put a chick in it.
Make it gay.
And make it gay.
I will say, chat. Good evening, chat. We can see you. I think anything is open tonight, folks. So if
Steady.
you want to,
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
within reason. Perhaps ask the panel questions or anything you've seen, what you've liked, and we should know about, or
Well,
ask the Mega Geek a question.
the Doctor Who's thrown out a trailer called the Universe, or is it called the Wooniverse, or whatever it's called?
Oh yeah, that's
And
what
the
it's about.
The
trailer,
Womberverse.
whatever, and the trailer and the opening credit sequence for the Whoverse is just like the Marvel one.
Oh God.
And I was like, this is not original. This is just silly. So I don't know if you guys have seen that.
No.
Obviously not. It's if you Google it, no, not Google it. If you go on YouTube and you type in the Whoniverse, it's called, I think. Then yeah, you'll see it. It's just like the Marvel one.
Is there any gay chicks in it who are lame?
Well, the thing is, when the titles are moving, you see some of the doctors in the titles, but you see a hell of a lot of chicks in there. So so yeah.
Here you go, folks. Iceman
Robocop.
in the house. Dr. Iceman. Hello, Iceman. New Robocop game. Play it, Brown. You'll love it.
Hey, Brian's been playing this. He should be on here talking about it.
I'm pretty sure it's good.
I was watching Az playing it on Thursday. It did look very good.
Okay, so I don't understand this. What's the thing about watching people play a game?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You have to, well, I think normally what you do is you have to pay them money to play a game. Is the usual trick, is it?
Yeah.
I may be wrong.
Why would I watch someone play a game though?
Why wouldn't you?
Why? Just saying.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw this out there. No one's going to pay to watch me play Pac-Man.
Yeah. I mean, I never got that actually, because I know a lot of my friends do it. They play games and they go on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, and people watch them. But I never understood the concept of why people would watch them.
Mm-hmm.
I was training on my bicycle, so it was actually, I've got an iPad mini, which is very, very, very old, attached to the handlebars on the push bike when I'm training. So it was good.
Huh?
Apparently it's a budget game as well. It's not like a big, huge budget release like Call of Duty and all those.
Really?
It looks really well made. You know what I mean?
Got some questions here, look. MJuke84. Ian.
Hello.
What's it called when something is really bad?
It's called it shit. That's what it's called. Yeah.
It is. Chat, if you want to ask Ian anything, he is the wise elder of the channel.
The wise Sammy.
Let's put it to the test. We've probably never put it to the test.
No, that's a good point. Ask the Mega Geek.
Ask the Mega Geek.
What? Ask me what?
Quick, change the title of the stream, Brown. Change it.
I can't. It'll knacker everything up.
Oh.
Sorry. Here you go. Dommy. I watch people play games for the streamer who loves something I love, games.
Yeah,
That's
but
fair.
yeah, I understand the concept you loving the game, but I don't understand the concept of why you want to watch somebody play a game. You know, wouldn't you rather play it yourself?
Yes, but I was
maybe I
cycling
just
at the
don't get
time.
it.
It'd be very, very difficult to
No, I'm not
bicycle
talking
and
to you.
play
I'm just
Robocop.
saying. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
moving
Why
on.
would I watch as play a game?
Fair point.
That's all I'm saying. Am
It
I
was
missing
quite funny
something
with
here?
some of the abuse he was coming out with, but there you go. Here you go, Iceman. Best James Cameron movie
I'm always going to go for Aliens
Mhm.
if that comes to me.
for what reason? For what reason, Swappers? Why Aliens?
Because it's just faultless in every conceivable way. Even with, I mean, the only thing you can fault it for is the fact that it's dated a little bit with the special effects, but you can't really fault
A
it for
little
that
bit.
because they were the best available at the time. So that's not really a criticism. It's just unbelievable. The attention to detail in it is off the charts. Like I'll give you this example. Right at the start of the movie, when they cut their way into the escape pod to get Ripley out, there's this is unbelievable. I found this out last night. The spear gun that she uses to kill the xenomorph in the first movie is still in the door.
Yeah,
What?
it is.
They remembered.
I remember
that in,
seeing that when I first saw it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I remember seeing it
Never
when I
noticed.
first saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's there. It's there.
Ian, favorite Cameron?
There's I've got both. I got two. One is Terminator 2 and also True Lies. Both. I
Come on, you
think he
gotta have
hasn't
one.
topped. Well, I guess Terminator 2 because I think Terminator 2, just like what Swapper says about Aliens, I think it's one of those flawless movies. Terminator 2, from the music to
It's very
the new
good.
special effects that they were showing us, to the performances from everyone, from the T-1000. You know how hard it is to act without emoting anything. Patrick, what's his name? He did a really good job. You know, great performance by all involved, even Arnie. You know, and also it was a worthy sequel. It looked fantastic if you saw it in
better than the original, wasn't it?
The way I saw it. Yeah, and it was just a really good film, and it rounded off that trilogy perfectly until they started making other ones. But there you go. So that's the reason why I would go for Terminator 2. Well, trilogy, not trilogy. I mean sequel.
Duology,
sequel,
what do you call them? I don't know.
Yeah. Because they won. They stopped the war.
Yeah,
and then they had to bloody make the third one.
Oh, it's just totally unnecessary. If they're going to make a third one, at least show us something we haven't seen by setting it in the future, which is essentially a prequel.
Yeah.
If you think
well, they did that, didn't they? Well, they did
yeah,
it, didn't
but
they?
It wasn't as good as it should have been.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But yeah, Terminator 2 is my favorite James Cameron film. And also, James Cameron, right? He's Go on. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say it's a toss-up for me between.
It was a toss-up for you.
It is. T2 is fantastic, and Aliens. Oh.
How do you decide between those? It's down to whether you like robots.
I do
or
like Aliens. Yeah, I do like Aliens, but I find Aliens. I don't know. It's I think it's a bit dated now, you know, Aliens. But the performances are good and everything. Some of the special effects is a bit Space 1999-ish.
Doesn't matter. I think I'm going to go Aliens purely because of the age I was watching it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But also, did you?
I mean, they're both like nigh on flawless, but I'd go for Aliens because it didn't rely on any kind of CG, whereas Terminator kind of started that trend.
Yeah.
Ian?
But did you not think that the visual effect, like for instance, when you watch the first Alien, and do you remember when Ash was looking at the face hugger and he was like had that thing, he was just poking at the insides, looks so real because they used real insides of a chicken and things like that. Yeah, and then when it was dribbling, when the alien was dribbling, it really looked like horrible saliva. But in
Mm.
the second one, it looked like bubble gum. And I was just thinking, some of the effects was kind
Okay.
of downgraded, I thought. But I mean, that's
I'd
just
agree.
me.
The
I mean,
aliens
it didn't
didn't
spoil
look as
my
good.
enjoyment.
Yes, true. The aliens didn't look as good
No.
as the original. But then I
Yeah.
guess you can kind of let it off because we barely see them anyway. But the Queen is
Yes.
just incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, the Queen's amazing. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's a great film.
Here you go. MJuke84. Ian, this is just for Ian. Favorite celeb story?
What do you mean celeb story? As in people that I've met?
Celebrity. You must have met a good celebrity in your time.
I've met loads, yeah.
Is he allowed to
I
talk
have.
about his
favorite story?
Is he allowed to talk about his Star Wars thing again, or has it got to be something different?
No, I think everybody knows that one. I used to go for drinks with oh shit, what's his name again? I'm so sorry, my brain's on because I've been working today. Who's the guy that was in 10? Dudley Moore. I used to work at a post-production house in Camden, and I used to do graphics for TV. And he was doing this thing called Oscar's Orchestra, which is a cartoon that BBC One had, and he was doing the voice. It was like a piano, cartoon piano that he was doing the voice for. And I had to do the graphics for it. And he used to, and they always put me on the late shift, the night shift, where I'd sit there and nobody's there, and I'd be doing his graphics and stuff. And when I finish at 2:00 in the morning, he'd always call me because we got talking one day when he was in there. He rang me once and he said, "Ian, you doing anything?" And I said, "It's 2:00 in the morning." And he said, "Don't worry about that. Oh, do you want to come for a drink?" And I'm like, "No, because it's 2:00 in the morning. I need to go home." And he said, "Oh, okay, fair enough." And then when I came out the building, there was this car waiting for me, and the window rolled down. He said, "Ian, get in." I'm like, "I've got to go home." And he's like, "Get in." So I got in, and he drove to this like exclusive club, and we started drinking to, I think it was like about 6 in the morning. And he says, "Oh, Ian, you're a good chap. I'm going to go home now and go to sleep." I'm like, "Unfortunately, I've got to go to work now." So, but yeah, that was one of my favorite. He was a lovely guy, though. He really was a lovely guy.
Wow,
And I got the feeling he was a bit lonely as well. So, because he I don't know, he was a very, very sweet guy. He had loads of people that were kissing his ass and stuff like that. But
no real friends.
I didn't. Yeah, well, yeah, as I said, right. And then obviously, when you meet celebrities, they're nice, but obviously inevitably they disappear, don't they? Like Sophia Myles. I was friends with Sophia Myles a very long time ago before she became famous. And and I doubt she remembers, because we went we were both poor, right? So we went into HMV, and her favorite film is Coming to America. So it was like in a bargain bin. So I think it was like £2 or £3. So I had £1 and she had £1. And I said, "Okay, well, if we both buy it, we have to share it, right? Because you'll have it one week and I'll have it another week." She said, "I'm going to have it the first week." I said, "Fine." And I never saw it again. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so there are loads of people that I've met that's become stars, but obviously inevitably you have to go away because of their fame and stuff like that. So those are just two of the stories.
What software were you using when you were doing the graphics then?
It was Paintbox.
Quantel.
Quantel Paintbox.
Yeah, Paintbox.
Harry, Henry, and Harriet. I use because I knew how to
Henry.
use them.
I thought, isn't Henry
basically it was
Hoover?
No, they were named after. I don't know why they were named after people, but essentially it's this huge TV screen, which kind of had like an old-fashioned TV screen and a tablet in front of you, and you had a pen, and it was and then you had to access the menu, and then and then they put a video straight into your feed, and then you muck around with it and change things and stuff like that. So
incredible.
Those things are out of date now. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
next, Professor Artoo. What's your favorite science fiction movie? Well, it's 2 questions, and why? I will say,
Favorite science
chat,
fiction movie.
there is a vote going for favourite spaceship. We'll do the spaceship in a minute.
What's yours, Kippers?
Favorite
You
science
love
fiction?
sci-fi.
Bloody difficult that is. I mean, my mind always just automatically goes to the oldies like Silent Running and 2001: Space Odyssey because they're proper hard science fiction. I would say Silent Running's not like metal hard, but it's hard. You know, it's proper sci-fi, and the emotions and the sense of wonder I get from those films is incredible. And the fact that they're just the awe of the practical effects and the geniusness behind the originality of the production design blows my mind every time, even like decades and decades later. And you get like memories of watching it with your dad and stuff as well, which is even better. It always seems to go back to those two. That's not necessarily my favorites, but for some reason, they're always the first that come to the forefront of my mind. But as far as favorites go, you can't really say Star Wars because it's more science fantasy.
So many.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is, and because there's so many, you tend to forget, don't you? And that one. No, I'll choose that one instead. So I could go on forever. So I'm just going to say it's a toss-up between 2001 and Silent Running for me, but that obviously could change. But what about you, Ian?
Which Ian?
Exactly. But basically, the film that made me want to become a director is Close Encounters, and I guess that's considered to be a sci-fi science fiction film. And Close Encounters is one of my favorite films of all time, even though the story isn't. You know what I mean? It has holes, but the execution and the way the story is told by all the actors and stuff like that, you can't fault any of it, and the direction is superb. So I would say Close Encounters. I don't know. I mean, I didn't like 2001, and I still don't like it. But I can see where you're coming from. The way it's shot, the cleverness of the stuff they did. You can see why a lot of people consider 2001 to be one of the best science fiction films ever made. But I always judge it on the amount of entertainment that passes through my being. And for me, 2001 was kind of boring, but I do appreciate
2010's a lot better.
Anyway, I thought
2010 is a lot better.
I thought.
Okay, I can't really think of one off the top of my head. I like Star Trek. Blah blah. Is RoboCop science fiction?
It is.
That's the one. What
It
kind
is.
of springs
But
to
Star
mind.
Trek. But Ian, Star Trek, you can say Star Trek because the first Star Trek, the motion picture, is pure science fiction.
Oh yeah,
from the story right across.
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Trek, we've heard. Well, I've heard a rumor. Everybody, shall I say what it is?
Go on.
Your name.
This is hot off the press, everybody, and take it with a massive, massive pinch of salt or grain. What's his face? You know, the Star Trek guy, Klutzman. Apparently, he has sold. What's the name of his company?
Secret Hideout.
Secret Hideout.
Secret Hideout.
To Paramount is the rumor, and they're going to rebrand it. I'll probably get into trouble for saying this, but they're gonna rebrand it Star Trek Studios. It's a rumor, everybody.
It's quite exciting, though.
It's a
But
rumor.
what can they do with Star
apparently,
Trek
it's gone
now?
to Amazon. Apparently,
but what can
It's
they
just
do
that
with it?
Hopefully, they won't do a Rings of
revive
Power.
it.
The problem with TV shows now is that you can watch it on one channel, then suddenly it's on another, and you won't be able to see it again because you're not subscribed to that channel. Have you ever found that? Like, I was watching House on one channel, and then I remember when House was at the height of its popularity, it was on, and then suddenly it was on Sky, and then it was on another channel, and I was like, well, how the hell are you supposed to watch this if it keeps jumping channels? And I think it's even worse today with TV shows, isn't it? Yeah. I just heard that they found the Enterprise, the original Enterprise from the TV show, was missing for a very long time. It was made of wood, would you believe?
No
But
way.
they found it, apparently. Yeah. Interesting.
Who found it?
I don't know. I just came across this article just now.
Klingons?
Yeah. But it was made of wood, though. Would you believe that? The
Well,
Enterprise
that's
was made of wood.
1960s. Here you go, Max
Yeah.
Voom Fondel. Sorry, chat. I've been ignoring you. Alien is better than Aliens.
I flip flop between those two, and I can't really. I have to say they're as good as each other, to be honest.
Jamalama, Aliens over T2, T1 over Aliens.
Thing is, though, Aliens and Alien are two very different movies. You can't really compare them both. One's a horror and one's an action flick. You know.
Yeah, it all depends on whether you like. Yeah, it depends on whether you lean more towards this kind of visceral action rather than the creepy horror, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here you go, Wayland Pacephus. Bill Cosby or
None.
Well, one's got a fancy lawyer and one hasn't. Okay.
Well, one of them's free and the other's still in jail.
Yeah, fancy lawyer. Wayland's been very naughty this. T or A? T. Really?
Yeah.
I know. Well, if A stands for alien, definitely alien.
Terminator. Okay. Terminator or Alien? I think
I prefer Alien. I did like Terminator, but I did like Terminator, but I prefer Alien. For Alien was kind of a genius kind of film, wasn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah.
Here you go, Iceman. Sorry. A favorite sitcom from every decade, starting 70s till the 10s.
Wow, that's hard. 70s. Man About the House.
Is Man About the House like a UK version of Three's Company or something like that?
No, Three's Company is an American version of Man About the House. Because Man About the House was first. Yeah, it was first. George and Mildred. That was
Rising Damp was fantastic.
Yes, it was indeed.
Terry and
Only
June.
Fools and Horses. Terry and June was funny sometimes, in my opinion. I don't know. I did like Only Fools and Horses, and what's that one with Hyacinth? I thought that was quite fun.
Keeping Up Appearances.
Yeah. What was that? Was that the 80s? Keeping Up Appearances?
80s and 90s.
Yeah. I thought she was quite funny. I never used to watch it, like every week, but when I did watch it, I used to laugh. What about the Grace Brothers? What was that one called?
Are You Being Served? That was great.
Yeah. 70s, 80s. I mean, Only Fools and Horses went on to the 90s, did it not?
And beyond.
Yeah.
Did it?
It was doing specials just like about 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Well, is a Red Dwarf classed as a sitcom?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will say R2, if you want to come on, do you want to come on, mate? Yeah, Red Dwarf.
Yeah, Red Dwarf's really funny.
Yeah. 70s, I think it ain't half Optimum for me.
Yeah, it was quite funny. But they'll never get away with that today, will they?
No,
that's another reason why I like it. And also...
Get Some In was good. They'd never get away with it now.
No.
Some Others Do Have Them.
That was terrific. That the stunts that Michael Crawford did for that show, unbelievable. Yeah,
incredible.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so R2 panel. Marry, Fook, kill. Zegler, Bree, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Oh God, that's a Hobson's choice.
Well, if it's marrying and if it's emming and effing, then it'll be necrophilia. Because I kill all three.
Easy.
Jamalama
says kill.
The only reason why I marry or F either any of them is because they're not speaking.
If you're talking about looks, right? I think Rachel was probably better looking than Bree and Phoebe. She's got Phoebe. I call her Phoebe.
Phobia.
Yeah, because she is a bloody phobia Wallbridge. That's what she is. But Rachel's quite cute and she's got an exotic look. And Bree's very plain.
Yeah, but she's a complete arse.
Yeah, exactly. But we're not talking about
that. That's fine.
But Phoebe Waterbridge, She's not good looking at all. She's got that horrible birthmark on her forehead, and it's just horrible.
Horsey.
The horsey face, yeah.
Swappers.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's kind of difficult to disagree with what Ian said, to be honest with you. God, I mean,
He's thinking about it now. That's why he's going, "Oh God."
Okay. Well, I'll
Rachel
just jump in
Ziegler
one-
and Brie Larson tend to be a little bit too skinny. Phoebe Waller-Bridge has got at least, it's got a figure. But I don't know. You're right about Rachel Ziegler being a bit more attractive. I saw her in the trailer for that Hunger Games movie, and she
Which
actually
is
looked
gonna
all right. It will do. But she looked all right in that. But the other two, that's probably where I'll marry Ziegler, F Larson, and kill for Waller-Bridge. There we go.
Mary Larson, F Zegler, K Bridge.
K Bridge.
We did not come out of this very kindly, did she? Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
No, because she's not good looking. I mean, she's not ugly, but she's not good looking at all, and she doesn't.
She's ugly inside, mate. That's
Well, she doesn't deserve to play leads in any film because she's not a lead at all. I mean, she was good in the thing that she created. I saw a couple of episodes that I kind of sniggered at some of it, but just couldn't get into it. But it seems like she knew what she was doing in that show. But put her in movies, nah, she's not a lead.
Here you go, Waylon Pacephus, same again. J.J. Abrams, Ryan Johnson, Dave Filoni. Okay, Swappers, you want to go first on that one?
No.
Well, it's easy, isn't it? But, do you want to go?
Oh God! Can someone please go before me?
Okay, I'll go.
Go on.
Kiss would be with my fist. It'd be JJ. No, in fact, I take that back. Actually, marry Abrams.
Why?
Because I despise him less than the others. Fist would be, I think Ryan Johnson needs a good fisting. Kill, well, it's Dave Filoni. Yeah, there you go. Swappers.
Okay.
We'll do spaceships in a minute.
I'd murder Ryan Johnson. I'd fire J.J. Abrams, and I'd kick Dave Filoni. There you go.
Ian?
I'd KK all of them.
There you go then, folks.
I wouldn't bother with the rest of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Wouldn't bother with the rest of them.
Let's see if there's any more questions. Then we'll do spaceships, folks. If you've not voted for the spaceship for round 2, please vote. We'll do the spaceships in a moment. Here you go. Naughty. Okay. Shall we do some spaceships? Okay. So, as I said, we're doing spaceships, folks. Best space porn. It's from the community page and what people have suggested. I've kind of got into trouble by putting some heavy hitters in the first. So I do apologize. So first up is Discovery 1 from 2001. Swaps. What do you think?
This was one of the first starships I ever saw in my life because the film was so created way before I was born. So I think I saw it on TV numerous times before I actually even realized what it was. So it was already embedded in my mind. When I actually saw the movie, I thought, oh, now I get it. Now I get why it's that shape. Now I get why this is there and that's there. And this is all built very accurately to the original novel as well, which is fantastic. And you don't get that anymore. Accuracy matters. I love the design, not only of the ship itself, but of the pods. The aesthetic generally just ties together so well with this like clean, clinical white aesthetic with all the machinery and with the technology inside and out. And the nature of the way it's designed as well. So we've got the command module at the front, which is the globe shape, and then we've got the long neck of the ship that leads to the engineering drive section. So designed in such a way, whereas the drive section, if that goes faulty and explodes, then the lives of the guys at the front will be, a lot less risk. And it creates like this weird kind of, other ships just didn't look like that at the time. No, I mean, not that there were that many pop culture starships around in public eye, but it's totally not your Flash Gordon style, type of thing. It's a very, very practical looking piece of engineering, and that itself kind of gives the movie a certain look as well. And it's so iconic that they kind of repurposed the design for the second series of Buck Rogers for the Searcher. So I absolutely love this ship. I mean, it's not like, something like it wouldn't do very well in a space battle, put it that way, but that's not what it's designed for. So it's kind of, and I loved when it came back in 2010 as well.
Yeah, right.
And how it was used in 2010, and seeing its kind of this antiquated 1960s piece of concept design, which almost looks like a Ralph McQuarrie piece of art, or Sid Mead, completely showing on screen next to the other ship from 2010, which name escapes me. I know you know it, don't you, Brown? The other starship with the revolving
Leonov,
sorry, the Russian ship. Yeah, those two together, it just created this amazing sort of this duality between production design. And you don't, like, again, you just don't get genius like this anymore. And I absolutely love it personally. It's amazing.
Look who's here, everybody. He's coming in hot. Professor Artoo.
Hey,
buddy.
How's it going?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing all right. Just out and about doing some things with the family. Thanks for letting me join.
Great to have you on, mate.
Yeah.
Would you like to come in hot? And what do you think to Discovery 1?
Oh, I love the Discovery 1. I think the thing about it, first of all, as I mentioned earlier in the chat, 2001 is, I would say, is my favorite science fiction film. I love how practical it is, how real it is. I love it's such an interesting design with sort of the round thing happening at the front. And then, I don't know. It's just a very practical looking ship. It actually looks like a spacecraft we would send out into space.
Yeah.
And I also love the little shuttle pod things that they have. Such a cool, sort of iconic design.
Yeah. That comment was gold.
Ian, thoughts?
I do like it on the ship, but I think it's quite boring. It's I don't know, it's like a golf ball and something stuck in a golf ball.
It's a ball on a stick.
Yeah, yeah. And also I'm trying to figure out how that works, because this is the ship where the guy was jogging, wasn't he? And he was running up, and then he runs around. You remember that scene?
Yeah, that's in the circular bit, isn't it?
So what bit is that? What circular bit? Where's the circular bit?
The big golf ball at the front.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that works, though. It's probably a circle bit in the middle, or the...
Well, it'd be around the circumference, won't it? I'm sure there'll be an axis somewhere where you can walk across it.
Yeah, it would be in the middle, sort of as you're facing it right here. It would go around.
Yeah,
from the north to the south of the ball. There is where that is.
I think the mistake I'm making in my mind is that it's got gravity, but it hasn't. So the running bit could be in the middle, or it could be at the side. It could be anywhere, because there's no gravity, or simulated gravity don't they have on each platform. But to going back to the ship design, I think it's okay. It's an iconic ship, but it doesn't do anything for me. I think it's very bland personally, but there you go. That's just me.
I think I read somewhere the reason why the engines are so far back, it's because of the radiation from the engines.
Yeah.
I always remember seeing this in a like a sci-fi magazine when I was growing up in the 70s, and it was just amazing. I just thought it just looked amazing. It just looked like a proper spaceship.
Yeah, it looks utilitarian rather
Yeah.
than like a fantasy kind of, with flares and fins on it and things like that.
Yeah, there's like no part of it that's just there for looks. It's a very, very practical ship.
Mm.
Here you go, MGK84. This movie happened before the moon landing.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Here you go, MC. I don't know if it was Starlog. It would have been in Starlog.
What, this?
Yeah.
I don't think Starlog was out when this first came out.
I mean, when I was growing up in the 70s, I remember seeing this in a magazine.
Oh,
I just thought,
see.
this looks fantastic.
Oh.
Obviously, because I'm a small kid just loving spaceships.
Mm.
You're not sold on the movie, though, are you, Ian? I think it's
No.
all right.
No, I don't think much of the movie. There's certain movies that people say that are brilliant and stuff like that. One of them is Citizen Kane, which I thought was absolute nonsense, and it was well made, but you can't tell me that's one of the best films ever made because I was so bored watching it. As I said, I judge every film by the entertainment that I have inside of me, so it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Same thing with 2001. Halfway through it, I was like, what is the point in this film? I don't understand what's going on. Special effects are nice.
The
And then-
Lord
and
loves
then-
it, doesn't he? He
Yeah, and then
loves
the
that.
end happened, and I was like, what was that all about? And then I walked
Acid.
out the cinema, and that was it.
There you go,
So,
Joe
yeah.
Darkness. You're missing the best 2001 ship, the Shuttle. It's what people have put in the community page, what I've read so far. I'm just working my way through.
Hmm.
There is a great deal of ambiguity in how you sort of perceive the film and what's happening and where you go. I think for me also, I've read the books as well, so that helps, I think, part of my perception of the film. But I saw the film long before I ever read the books and just loved it. So
But a lot of people have to realize that when you make a film based on a book, you have to first and foremost realize that it's a movie. So therefore, you have to talk to the movie audience. Because I know Spielberg always says that, when he made Jaws, he didn't make it like the novel. He made it as a movie that he saw it. So I know Stanley Kubrick is very, very into making films, very detailed what he does. And he definitely wanted to make this like the novel. And he did his best. And this is what we got. So,
yeah.
that's that then.
Well, the novel and the movie were made at the same time.
I see.
Yeah.
There you go, M Duke 84. Ian thinks 2001 is big question mark here. Shit.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I just
In.
look. It is a fantastic piece of filmmaking. When it comes to the visuals and the idea of certain things and stuff like that. And it's amazing. It was
music.
before the landing of the moon, right? The moon landing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to entertainment, I wasn't entertained. Therefore, I don't think it's one of the best movies ever made. That again, it's just my opinion. I don't have anything against anyone. Like Big Blue, everyone was saying to me, Big Blue's one of the greatest movies ever made. I watched it and I just thought this is rubbish. But that's just me, right?
Here you go, Iceman. I love 2001 just because of
How?
Hello, Dave. Daisy.
Oh God, somebody stop him.
You set him off now.
Give me your answer to.
Would have been good if you could sound like him.
It would. It would. Okay, so that's Discovery 1, everybody. 2001. Aliens has been featuring prominently in this discussion.
Oh, so Sulaco, I like this ship.
USS Sulaco. Do you want to go first, Ian?
Yeah, my friend built this.
What?
He built it. Yeah. So my friend Andre, he's really good at building ships, and he built it. It was in the end, it was 6 foot long, and he built it, and it looked amazing. And somebody saw it, and they brought it off him for a real crap load of money. So after all that work he did, which he was going to hang it in his living room, he was tempted, and he sold it in the end.
How much did you get for it?
I can't remember. He didn't tell me. He said it was a lot of money.
I read somewhere it was only detailed on one side as well. The film.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
He made it out of wood though. He had the base. The base of it was wood, and everything else was from Airfix models and
There you
stuff
go.
like that.
Joe Darkness. Yeah, Kit Bash.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
That's
was.
incredible.
I read that it was supposed to look like the space equivalent of a laser rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. It looked like some sort of rifle or machine gun or something with a bunch of knives sticking out of the front of it.
I do like it though. I think it's great. And also, have you not noticed in Aliens, right? The space, when you see space, it always has that tint of blue in it, like this. And it's I thought that was a nice touch that Cameron added to the space look.
Yeah, just it's not typical, it's just flat nothingness behind it.
Yeah.
Artoo, thoughts?
Yeah, I've always liked this ship. Yeah, I like the design a lot. The ship doesn't get featured a whole lot in the movie itself, but yeah, it is a really interesting design. It's like I said, it's very different. It does kind of look like it's a flying machine gun or something.
Yeah. It does.
But it's a cool design. It really is.
I think James Cameron was responsible for this. I'm not really sure, but he was responsible for the tit ship, wasn't he? The ship that with the big tits.
Tits with handlebars, as Trev calls it.
Yeah. So there you go.
He designed. I think he designed some of the guns for the movie. He designed the Queen. Well, helped design the Queen.
Yeah.
Helped design this. Yeah, his hands-on involvement with this film is just mind-blowing.
Yes, he is.
Hugo got some chat. Romeo Tango November Zulu for $5 New Zealand dollars. Hail Brown panel and chats. Nice to be able to listen in live while doing paperwork and laundry, as it's a sunny summer Sunday down here. Cheers.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
is in the future. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Cold and wet here, mate.
Well, it's dark here.
That's how you like it, Brown.
Yeah.
Swappers, so what did you think to the internal fittings, as it were, of the set decoration of this spaceship on the movie? Fantastic, wasn't it?
It was. I love the way that Cameron made it look very different to the Nostromo. Purposefully, he said that's basically a hauler, and this is a purpose-built piece of equipment. And you do get that from the panning around the inside of the ship at the start of the movie. Which is a fantastic moment, so atmospheric, and the hallways and everything's like pristine, shiny metal, and everything's clean and spick and span, like military environment would be, as opposed to the grimy kind of rundown, the kind of trucker environment of the first the Nostromo. So right from the off, you're in a different place completely from the first film, even though the tone is very similar to start with. But yeah, I loved how it was different. We were in a different place, we were with different people, with different environment, and it sets you up to be in a different, have a different experience of the story. And just the look of the ship from the outside as it's sort of rolling towards the camera from left to right, panning across. I thought immediately, it's not your typical starship, is it? It's not sleek. It's not sleek. It's not something from Star Wars. And your brain's just like, oh, what's this? And you kind of try to work out all the bits and bobs and the detail and the what function each piece of the ship has on the outside and what the idea is. And you're all doing all that subconsciously when you're looking at it. And like Artoo says, you think it's just like a gun or something floating through space, and and you're getting all these feelings from the design. And like all things in this movie, that emotion you get just from the shapes and the composition are unlike anything we'd seen before. And it's another arm of how original, great, and progressive this film is.
Question: the Sulaco got destroyed, didn't it? Between Aliens and 3.
If you count Alien 3 as canon, yes, it did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I don't. I will say it's an interesting movie. The director's cut is an interesting movie, but still, I'd only regard that as like a hypersleep dream. I wouldn't regard that as part of the continuity at all. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Sulaco is still, in one piece and floating home throughout space with the survivors on board.
Here you go, folks. Joe Darkness. These ships only work if you have gravity systems. Earth ships from early Babylon 5 were spinners. Yeah.
Yeah, so they never really go into the functionality of artificial gravity, do they really? They just sort of ask you to assume that it's a thing, and they've kind of got past that barrier. But yeah, he's right. I mean, they're so far in the future that we don't really kind of think about stuff like that.
Here you go, Sword in the Storm. Fook Alien 3 Electric Boogaloo.
It did do a Last
There you go,
Jedi
MC.
like decades before it was fashionable.
Yeah,
Very
I do.
sure.
I do agree that it was a better version, but it still had a lot of problems. But this is not the fault of the director. Everybody must know that it was the fault of the studio that interfered.
They did mess with it a lot.
Yeah, they should have left him alone.
You know, a really funny story. I was going to camp that summer, and I picked up the paperback of the Alien 3 movie, the novelization, on the way to camp, and I read it there, and I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to see this movie. This is so good. I was quite disappointed later that summer.
I remember I was. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, was it David Fincher?
David Fincher, yeah.
He was quite traumatized with it. He never speaks about it, does he?
No. What I was going to say, I read the novel Aliens before I saw Aliens. Kind of spoiled my enjoyment a bit, but I thought Hudson was a black guy. When I was because he did sound like a black guy in the novel, and I was really surprised to see he wasn't. Basically,
how does a black guy sound in a novel?
Well, he was saying all the right things. He was saying, "Let's get it on, man," and he was like, "Let's just do it." You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So when I was reading that, I was thinking, "Oh, this guy got to be a black guy," but it was
game over, man.
Yeah. So
okay.
Anyway,
okay. Aliens Sulaco.
The Sulaco, I think it's a great design.
Yeah, it's so memorable, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very memorable.
Okay,
the film's very memorable.
I will say, folks, if you've not voted, vote. Okay, Babylon 5.
Oh, God,
EAS. I can't pronounce this. Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
That's an ugly ship.
It's a Greek general.
Essentially, it's the Leonov from 2010. It was directly modelled, practically, as a tribute.
Very similar, yeah.
Ugly.
Revolving section for gravity.
It's ugly. It's an ugly ship. Ugly. Looks like a camera. The front looks like, the lens, the matte box.
Anybody into Babylon 5? I was massively into Babylon 5.
I wasn't massively into it, but I did appreciate it.
The spaceship design was fantastic.
I didn't see it for years, and many, many years later, I watched all the way through it. And I like up through the end of the Shadows saga. After that, I thought they should have just stopped the show. But
here you go. Agamemnon.
Yeah.
Oh, you spelt it wrong, Brown.
Did I knew I had.
It's how it's spelt on the side of the image there.
Don't worry, folks. I'll jump out the window later. Don't worry. I'll at least try and break a kneecap.
The problem is you keep coming back. You need to get rid of that trampoline at the bottom.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
I did not care for any of the human, the Earth ships that they designed. I didn't even like the little fighters they flew around in. There were some cool designs for some of the other
Furies were excellent.
See, I didn't like those very much either, but yeah.
I must say, I'm not impressed with these ships so far that you've presented to us, especially in the last stream. You'd think
stream's over, everybody.
No, I'm just saying.
Got to start somewhere.
Ian fucked it up. Sorry, folks.
I'm just saying. I mean, where's the Nostromo?
I am working through the suggestions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
just saying.
I'm trying to keep them all kind of roughly class for class as well. Here you go. Tom has some thoughts. Babylon 5 was way ahead of its time in many, many ways. It was.
Yeah.
Could have been the perfect TV series if it wasn't for
money
interference
from the network.
Sadly, always the case, isn't it? Or very often the case. Could say that with Space Above and Beyond as well, which was phenomenal.
Oh, that was a great show.
Yeah.
Nobody's mentioned that in the community page.
Right time, right place, isn't it? Like if you look at for instance, if you look at Timothy Dalton's James Bond, it was definitely Craig's James Bond, wasn't it? But it was the wrong time at the wrong place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wrong time. So it's just luck of the draw, really.
Yeah. as I said, I'm massively into Babylon 5. I thought it was what at the time I thought it was what Star Trek should have been.
Mm.
I just loved the story arc.
Yeah, it was very clever.
That was the main thing that that sucked me in. It's just so good. The Babylon 4 episodes as well with the time travel.
They did time travel really well.
I think it's probably the finest sci-fi TV episodes I've ever watched. The Babylon's, I think it was Babylon Squared episodes. Absolutely fucking stunning.
I think the only thing that let that show down was the CG, which is dated.
Yeah, and then they lost it all.
Yeah, all done on the Commodore Amiga farms. Here you go, Jim D. Babylon 5 was truly epic. Must-watch sci-fi from the early 90s. Every episode was compelling. Remember how scary the shadows were to begin with? Yes.
Yeah.
I think I might revisit Babylon 5. So good.
Mm-hmm.
You've not seen Babylon 5, have you?
No, it never interested me at all, Babylon 5. I mean, I just saw the CGI ship, I remember once, and I was thinking, oh, that looks rubbish. Just didn't even bother. The same thing with Battlestar Galactica. I watched a couple of episodes of the 70s Battlestar Galactica, but I was so much into Star Wars, I was like, this is just a rip-off of Star Wars. So I watched very little of Battlestar Galactica, the 70s version.
This is the guy that says it's shit, everybody.
You ask me, I tell you my opinion.
Yes. Swappers, are you available to read in your best Emperor Kip?
No.
A gargantuan super chat, please.
Oh, go ahead.
Common people in the chat for 5 English pounds. Darkness took me, and I strayed away through thought and time. But it was not the end. I felt life in me again. I've been sent back until my task is done. I am common people, the white, and I return to you now at a turn of the tide. I don't know why that was funny, but it was.
I will say, great to see you back, common people. Not that there's just thrown 50 quid over, but it's genuine. I have noticed your absence the last month, so great to see you back, mate.
That's very, very generous.
I know, it's just
not Will Young, are you?
Somehow, common people returned.
Yes.
He's back, everybody. Common
Thank
people.
you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Okay. I will say there's a few minutes left for round 2, folks. If you're not voted, get the voting. Okay. So, Babylon 5, EAS, Agamemnon. Nah. Okay.
What's this one?
Halo.
Oh, for God's sakes, what is this?
UNSC pillar.
Who's picking these ships?
The chat are picking these ships.
Oh God, the chat! You should watch more films, mate. This ship is awful. What is wrong with you people?
Vex kicked in on this one. Kicked in a vote for this one. So
did she?
Yeah.
Well, we all know Vex doesn't know what she's talking about.
This is from the. This is from the Halo game, which again it was a phenomenon. It was a phenomenon, wasn't it, Emperor?
God,
I played the hell out of this game. I absolutely loved it from beginning to end. Everything about it was just incredible. The production design, the writing, the characterization, that all goes before the incredible gameplay mechanics as well, which is another part of it. But this could have been one awesome film or series of films. And the ship isn't particularly anything iconic or memorable, really. But it fitted in really brilliantly with the aesthetic of the UNSC and their designs. And it's the whole franchise is heavily influenced by Cameron's design aesthetic from Aliens.
I love Halo.
Yeah.
So, That looks like USB ports at the side there.
Yeah,
Don't they? They're like USB. That's weird.
yeah.
What
I think
ugly
they're
shit.
launch bays. Yeah, they're launch bays.
That's where the fighters come from. Yeah.
Ian, you available to read a chat? Adam Jones.
Adam Jones says it's shit. It is. It's what a horrible design.
You never played Halo?
No. I just the
He doesn't
design
get it, does
alone
he,
is
Emperor?
horrible. It's horrible. Come on.
If you saw it in motion and in the context of the story, you'd probably think differently of it. This is not a good picture of it.
Oh, okay.
Was it the anniversary of Halo the other day? Was it 20? Chat, help me out here. Was it 21 years or 22? Halo.
God, that's a long time ago, isn't it?
It is.
In 2011 was it when it? Or no, wait.
Prof, you into Halo? Do you play Halo?
No, 2001. Sorry.
Was it 2001?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I remember watching demos of this in Virgin Megastore when I was at uni, and I was used to the old video game systems of like the PS1, the Dreamcast, and all these other sort of lesser powered machines, shall we say? And I saw an Xbox working in its full glory, and this was its showpiece. This was what the machine was sold on, and I just looked at it, drooling, thinking like, "Oh, good Lord, I want this machine. I want this console so badly," and it did. It sold it to me completely.
My best friend visited for Christmas, and he bought me an Xbox with Halo. I truly didn't know what I deserved to have a Christmas like that. One of the best Christmases ever. Fucking Halo,
I bet you just
incredible.
didn't go out of the house, did you?
I didn't. Halo's such a great game.
It really is incredible game. You're right, absolutely. So the set pieces in it, the set pieces are like full on, Hollywood style. They're incredible.
The Xbox probably would have been completely lost without it. And the funny thing is, it was originally designed for the Mac. It was designed for Apple.
It was. I've got the Mac version. Yeah.
I don't think it was originally a first-person shooter either, was it?
I think it was. Yeah, they showed some demos very early on, and that's just crazy that it was actually originally supposed to be a Mac exclusive, and then they bought out the studio or bought up the rights to the game so it would be on the Xbox. And, it did eventually come out on PC and Mac and a couple other things, but yeah, it was November 15th, 2001. So yeah,
wow. I will say, folks, I'm just about to do the vote, so if you're not voted, be quick. Guys, can you talk amongst yourselves while I reset the vote and everything?
No,
because my computer is slow.
Right. We've got everyone put a 1 in the chat if you want Brown to dust off the Apple Mac laptop that he's had sitting in his cupboard for the last year. He hasn't used.
Don't say that, because don't say that. No, please.
And he could
not live.
Make life so much easier for himself.
Absolutely.
I'm a tosser. Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves.
He bought it and he thinks he doesn't deserve it, but we all know he deserves it. So put a 1 in if you think Mr. Brown, the hardworking owner of this channel, who entertains us week in, week out, deserves.
I don't feel like I've been a good boy. That's the problem.
Listen to him. Listen to him. It's terrible.
It's very sad.
Everybody, you have got 10 seconds to vote. 10 seconds, and I'm going to close it. 10 seconds.
I can't believe you would vote for this ship. This was an ugly ship. Ugly.
So it's Discovery 1, Sulaco, Agamemnon, or God. Pillar of Autumn. You've got 10 seconds.
It's got to be the Sulaco. It's got to be. The rest of the ships are ugly.
Ian, have you voted?
Why would I vote? Am I allowed to vote?
You are.
Of course you are.
Well, hold on. I'm not part of the... I don't understand this.
Yes, we know you're not part of the group. We know that.
No, I'm not part of the viewers. I thought it was the viewers' vote, wasn't it?
You can vote if you want.
Well, you can go in it.
Okay, I'll vote for the Sulaco.
Yeah, but you have to do it on the... You can't just say what it is. On the thing. Right, okay. Everybody, come on, quickly. I'm going to close it.
I suspect
10.
I think the winner's pretty well decided.
8, 7,
6, 5, 4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Ding.
Okay, it'll come.
There we go.
It'll come up in a minute.
Hey.
Okay, results were in reverse. Pillar of Autumn. Sorry, Pillar of Autumn had 14%. 16. Discovery won 28. And the winner, Aliens USS Sulaco with 40%.
I think that having it come from that movie's probably helped it an awful lot.
No, the design is much better than the rest of them. I mean, yes, 2001 is a classic ship, but it's a boring. It's boring. It doesn't, it doesn't inspire at all. It's just a ball stuck on a stick. This one looks like, I don't know what this is. I really don't. The Babylon 5 one looks like a mess. Sulaco's the only one that has some kind of design to it. Looks functional, in my opinion, of course.
Yeah.
You're a hard cookie to please, aren't you?
No, I speak my mind. What's the point of not speaking your mind? We got free will.
Amen. Mega Geek.
Yes, I'm saying.
I agree with you.
Doesn't mean it's saying
your
right,
mind.
does it?
We all
Right,
have
folks.
opinions. Just speak
Yeah.
them.
Okay,
It's
I'm
got,
going
it's
to
got very,
reset.
it's got very high standards. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to reset the vote, so please talk amongst yourselves. There's a new set of doodahs coming.
New set of ships, and they better be good.
I would
Well-
definitely agree, as I said earlier, that the Pillar of Autumn, this particular picture right here, just doesn't really do it justice. If it's in the game and you see the size, the mass of it, compare, and while it's moving through space, it is much more impressive as a ship. Here, it's just kind of like, just looks like a big sort of brick just floating there.
It's not until right at the end of the game that you realize how big it is as well, when you're driving the
That's what she
Warthog
said.
through it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it takes forever to get through. You think, my God, this ship's massive.
Do you know, I might get my Xbox out.
Do it.
rather than your Mac.
The thing is, I love Halo.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Halo's such a great game.
And they fucked up the TV show, didn't they?
Oh boy.
They
Never
did. When Halo was released on Mac in the old G5 days, you could they did the networking stuff so you could play with people across the world on servers,
Yeah.
and it was fantastic.
Mm.
Which you couldn't do. You only could do it on a local network on the Xbox. Okay. Next round of ships coming up, folks. Is it there? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Not yet.
So I recently replayed a bunch of the Halo games. I got the Master Chief Collection, and I was playing through that. So there was a couple that I had never played, like Reach. It's one of the later ones. I'd never played that one, and it's like a prequel.
Yeah,
the first one, and that was really interesting. Yeah, it's really
I thoroughly recommend the Eric Nyland book. I think it was Fall of Reach, the first one.
Oh, okay.
Incredible book. Absolutely mind blowing. I'm a massive fan of that author now as well. And just the way he describes everything. I got to the end of the book and I was just desperate to go and play Halo again. You know, just had this resurgence of this need to be back in that universe after reading the book. But highly recommend that one.
Hmm.
Has the poll come up yet?
No, nothing's come up yet.
What she said.
Apart from this
Oh, come
ugly
on.
ship. Ugly.
Okay. Let me advance these slides. Hopefully the poll will pop up.
Oh, God. I must say, this is another ugly ship, isn't it? Look at it. It's just...
That's the USS Orville, everybody.
Yeah.
That's a very original design. I wouldn't
It
call
is.
particularly appealing, but it's very original.
Yeah, it is. It's original design, but the question is, should they have gone with this shape, this kind of thing? And I just think it's ugly, personally.
It looks like a few different toilet seats stuck together.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It looks like that, doesn't it? It's just really weird because the way the middle bit joins the others. I mean, I don't. What is the point of that? Why have I got? It must have something to do with the power that the ship gets pushed through, or something. That's the reason why it's that shape. I don't understand why it's that shape at all.
Yeah. Much as I enjoyed this show, I never really liked the ship designs that they
No,
had.
I don't like it either.
Kind of sucks, really. Let's face it.
Can we have a F in the chat for Mr. Brown not being able to get his pole up?
Has the poll popped up yet?
Mm.
Come on, chat.
Still not. Yeah.
I mean, go on.
We did like the show, didn't we?
Well, we liked the first season. Second season was okay. And I think the third one, which I never saw, went woke, apparently.
I didn't even finish the third one. I got tired of it. Yeah, it did kind of bring in a lot of the identity politics and stuff. And I was like, we'll come back to it when we come back to it, kind of a thing. Yeah. First couple seasons weren't too bad, though. I did enjoy them bringing back a lot of writers from Star Trek. They brought in a lot of talent from earlier Star Trek films and TV shows. It was interesting. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to reset the vote. Folks.
It's really funny because McFarlane, you know, he's quite a likable chap. He's quite intelligent as well, but it's obvious that he felt he must have needed more money, so he kind of went to the scores, wherever it is, thing scores to get more money for his show.
ESG.
Yeah.
ESG, yeah, and so that's why it turned into woke rubbish.
Well, it was on Disney, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that's insane.
Because season 2 was on Fox.
Yeah, they were both produced on Fox before the third one came around, and the third season was the one that got completely busted by COVID. They couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
They had to push their schedule back. And by that time, basically Disney had control of the company. So it's entirely possible there was some meddling there, telling them what they needed to do. But Seth MacFarlane is also definitely a lefty. So there's no question about that either. I mean, he could have just decided he wanted more of that in the show. So who knows?
The mention of it going woke in season 3 was what stopped me from starting to watch it. I watched the first 3 episodes, I think, of the first season. I didn't bother watching the rest. And then I was going to go back and watch and finish it. But then the wokeness started to take hold and went, you know what? Never mind. Just going to leave it. There's nothing worse. It's almost like finding out your favorite series has been cancelled just when it gets going.
There was one episode I turned it off. It was I think it was the Topa trans allegory.
Yeah.
I just thought I've had enough of this.
I can see your poll, Brown. I can see your poll. You might want to.
So there is new options, folks. You can see the options: Orville, Andromeda, Moya, White Star. So get your votes in.
Who are these people voting for these ships? For God's sakes! Come on, give us some
chat,
nice
it's
ones.
your fault.
What the hell? What is this?
We'll get some good ones later.
Okay.
If you go look at the poll or the community message, there's some great ones.
What we'll try and do is we'll just keep doing these until, shall we get to the second round of how many do you think, swappers? Second round of 16, do we think?
Yeah, seems fine to me.
Yeah, should we just keep doing these weekly till we get to some form of final? Yes.
Well, there's hoping you got some nice ships coming up, because seriously, this one sucks. It really does. What an ugly ship.
Yeah,
well, you gotta tier the different competitors against each other, just like in the March Madness basketball in the US. You gotta, when you put it there, you gotta put the higher ranked ones against each other first, instead of putting the high ranked ones against the low ranked ones.
Okay. Chat, does anybody actually like the USS Orville? Yes.
I like the first part of chat.
So far, they're not doing so well in the polls, but yeah, it's not for me.
I think that every other ship, other than the Orville, was decent in that show. I just don't like it. I don't get the big ring warp engines. They're just
Yeah. I said they look like toilet seats.
There you go. Jim D likes it. There you go. Morlock. Shit.
I prefer the Galaxy Quest myself.
There you go.
Yeah, at least why is that not on there anyway?
Because we're working through them, Ian.
Well, why have you put the crappy ones first?
Save the
Well,
best
we could have done all the best ones at the beginning, and then
Well, we could have done a big, but then people would
and then
tune
you'd
in
be
and we'll have
moaning, why are
more.
you doing all the
No,
best
no,
ones?
we'll have more to talk about. Wouldn't we,
Welcome
if you
to
put the
Ian
new
Can't
one?
Win on Mr. Brown Alliance. Blah blah blah. Okay, so
Ugly
that's
ship.
yeah, USS Orville. It's shit.
It is. It's just
Just
rubbish.
nah.
Go on, bring up another shitty one. Go on.
Before we move on, best season of Orville, 1, 2, or 3.
I'll tell you what broke my heart
2 was good.
was that Alien, Resident Alien. The first season was
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious and funny and
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, well, that's
And
something
the
else.
second
but,
season,
I know.
my lord, jeez, super woke.
Okay. Did anybody watch Andromeda when it was on? Kevin Sorbo, Hercules, wasn't it?
Kevin Sorbet.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Sorbo.
Yep. Kevin
Anybody
Gelato.
liked it?
I missed
I
it. I
saw
never
one
saw it.
episode. Sorry.
I think I've seen 2 episodes of it totally out of context. Just never appealed to me.
No, nor did it appeal
I-
to me either.
You know, I watched it in dribs and drabs. And I didn't like it was all CGI. But I don't know what I don't know if it was the frame rates or the conversion. They just did not look the CGI did not look smooth. And it kind of took me out of it a little bit. I have watched it in dribs and drabs, but some of the episodes are pretty good towards the later seasons. But
Still
anyway,
rubbish.
shit, everybody. Here you go. MC Lexa Dong was hot. She was smoking.
Who's that?
She was I think she was a computer, the ship AI.
All right. I never
Hot
watched it
AF,
anyway.
Hot AF.
Why does that look like a monkey's face for some reason?
Look her up, Ian.
Oh, shall I?
Yeah.
This was Gene Roddenberry's. He wrote the pilot for this, kind of effectively the outline of what the show was. And was it his Mrs. Majel Barrett who picked this up and expanded? I think it was some of the producers from DS9 as well were showrunners for this. So it had a Star Trek feel.
But it had Hercules in it.
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
It was all right.
I saw one episode, it was enough.
I couldn't get into it because I couldn't really get a bead on what it was supposed to be. I think it was from like a past war. The ship had been brought into the future or something like that, and he was kind of a captain that was in stasis with it, and he'd been brought into the future, and he had to tackle the political situation as this kind of captain from a forgotten time or something. That's all I got from it.
Yeah, Joe Darkness. Oh God! After he was dead, they just raided his desk. Yeah. Sword in the Storm. Fucking Majel Barrett was Troy's mother in TNG, and she was awful. Yeah.
Very annoying. Just irritating every time she was on screen.
Okay. I get the feeling we're not feeling this, are we, folks?
Well, I've seen 2 episodes of it, totally out of
Yeah,
context.
we're not
I couldn't
feeling this, are
couldn't
we?
even tell you what happened in those episodes.
Yeah. Okay.
There was this guy in it with dreads, right? Big long dreads. And he was like so super serious, completely humorous, this guy, all the time. And he kept going on about Nietzscheans or something. That's all I remember.
The Nietzscheans were the enemy, I think.
He couldn't shut up about them. And I could not gel with the characters whatsoever. But Lexa Doig, though, Good
You go,
lord.
Nurse Chapel.
Is that her real name?
That's the actress's name, yeah.
She was in Stargate as well.
Lexa what?
Doig.
D-O-I-G.
Very, very good looking woman. Okay. We're not feeling it, folks. So Andromeda Ascendants is number 2.
Ooh, hello.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Oof.
Farscape Moya.
Wow, what's she been in? Apart from Farscape.
Pay attention in.
hold on.
Anybody
looking at
watch Farscape?
Ooh, hello.
Yeah.
Oof. She looks
Any
short though. Sorry, carry on.
Welcome to Derailing the Stream with the Mega Geek. Anybody watch Farscape? I watched it.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it, but I couldn't get into it, although I hear only good things about it.
Ugly ship. Another ugly ship.
First
There you
season
go.
was pretty rough,
Going asked.
but it got really good later on. It's a really good show. Fascinating puppet work. And the really interesting story too.
Muppets.
Yeah, it was Jim. Was it Jim Henson's crew did this? Yeah, filmed in Australia as well. It has Claudia Black. Is it Claudia Black?
Yeah, Claudia Black and
Fit.
what's his name? I can't think. Ben something. I can't think of his name.
Browder.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ben Browder.
he was in. He got transferred over to Stargate, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was
There you go, Dommy. Loved it.
Yeah.
This looks like a bloody cockroach or something, doesn't it? The ship. It just looks.
Yeah, I don't know what the reason
insect.
behind that was.
I think it was a living ship.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
the
alive.
Ship was alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it's a living ship. So yeah, it's an actual living being, and so there were some interesting things about that too. And then it had the little, what were those little things that would drive around and repair the ship?
Is
like the TARDIS?
Yeah. Is it like a Purgle?
Oh,
A what?
It looks like one.
A Purgle.
more or less.
So Purgle was ripped off from this.
Could be.
Looks like a cockroach.
Here you go, David Gannon, Farscape, Muppets in Space. Couldn't get into it. M Duke 84. Is Ian saying ship or shit? Ian?
Both. Yeah.
See, I agree. Look, Adam Jones, Claudia Black is in Babe 1. Yeah.
Claudia Black.
Yeah, look her up, Ian, as well.
Mhm.
I'm going to look her up now.
Did you watch, Ian, did
She
you
was
watch
in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Was
Ian,
she?
did you watch any television
When?
in the noughties?
I did, yeah.
But not Farscape.
No, Farscape was something that looked
I think it was
awful.
it was on
BBC
BBC Two as well,
Yeah,
which
BBC Two. Yeah.
on a was it 6 p.m. or something on a
I
Yeah.
remember one random episode when they were all having sex with each other. I thought, I think this is on a bit early for this, isn't it?
Mm.
I think they brought did they bring it back as well for a few like a movie or something?
Yeah, there was a movie.
Peacekeeper Wars or something.
Yes,
Was it?
Peacekeeper Wars.
They always had to have some hot babe, didn't they, in these science fictions? You know, every sci-fi at that time had some really hot babe in it.
Well, they
There
knew
you
how
go.
to use an audience back then, didn't they?
Yeah. You go, Tom has some thoughts. I remember watching the first season and thinking, all these characters really hate each other, and yet I cannot look away.
Yeah.
Can we move on? The ship is ugly.
Yeah, I never liked the ship. I never liked it at all. It was like that other series from the 90s as well, Lex.
Yeah.
I hated the design of that ship.
Oh, that
Yeah.
show's terrible.
Now in brown, that ship's coming up.
Pack it in,
Flying
Ian.
bug.
Spoiling yourself. Here you go, Joe Darkness. It's a bio ship.
Oh, right.
Had a baby.
Did it?
Yep. Had a baby
Oh,
in the
for
show.
God's sakes.
I will say some of these more obscure spaceships, very difficult finding decent screen grabs or renders.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Okay, so again, Ian's not loving it, folks.
No,
It's shit.
it's ugly. It's
Okay.
ugly. Cool.
Babylon 5 White Star.
It looks like a pterodactyl. It does, doesn't it? It looks like a pterodactyl. That's probably what they based it on.
Swappers.
Never
White
get away
Star.
with a name like that
Thoughts?
these days.
What would it be called now? Black Star or?
I'll get confused between this and the one from the Kevin Sorbo show.
No, this was Minbari based design.
Is this the villain ship, by the way?
No, specifically designed to fight the shadows.
Yeah. I did like this design in Babylon 5. Like I said, I didn't really like the human designs. They were just so boxy and dull to me. But yeah, I did like some of the designs of the other ships, including this one. Although when I first saw it, what it reminded me of was the Warbird, the Romulan Warbird has the big empty space in the middle.
I'm pretty sure this was based on a pterodactyl.
There you go, David Gannon. Pterodactyls are awesome.
True enough.
You go, Tom. Oh, sorry. Chat. On chat. There you go. Tom. Babylon 5, Mon. Sorry, I stand corrected. Here you go. David Gannon. Yeah, Minbari Vorlon design.
I think it's an interesting design, and it looked different to a lot of the other ships that were on the show. I never was a fan of the hollowness thing through the middle, but you know, for its time, it was all right. It fitted with the show, definitely.
It's definitely, it's definitely
more like Nazi stuff.
Oh yeah, it's definitely designed like a pterodactyl because the little things at the back as well. It looks like a bird.
Yeah.
But the thing is that if you're going to design something that looks like a bird, take a look at Star Trek 3 with the Klingon ship. That was perfect.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was originally supposed to be a Romulan ship as well.
That's right.
Yeah. It was.
That's how you do it. You don't do it like this. That obviously looks like a pterodactyl.
In other words,
here you go. Justin Lundy. Hello, Justin. Pterodactyl mixed with the SR-71 Blackbird.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do believe that was the last.
That was the last ship, was it?
That's 4, isn't it?
Don't know.
Yeah, that's the 4 of them.
Okay, folks. God, so we're going to give you a minute to vote. Okay, so I will need to speak amongst yourselves while I go to the doodah, the live page.
What ship should we have in here, Ian? What ship should we have that you're not seeing?
Daisy.
Again, I like the Nostromo. Thought that was a very original design. Looks pretty cool. Very, very square and heavy, which I thought was really cool. And what else? The X-wing. That's my favorite. One of my favorites.
Ian, did you put any your favorite ones in the community page?
No, of course not. I've been working. It's the only time I ever get to
24
be free.
hours, 7 days a week. Well, probably.
Well, I have to go to sleep, mate. Do you know what I mean? But no, seriously, I've been inundated. This is ridiculous. I can't vote for any of these because I think they're all ugly, all of them. Especially this one. This one's
you're a hard man to please, aren't you?
Not really.
The
Cygnus. The Cygnus is a good ship.
Like George Lucas, and he had his own movie show, and the production designers were coming to him with all their designs. It'd just be like walking out, looking at the floor, crying, and constantly here, like a 1980s cop sergeant. You know, he'd be shouting in his office, like, shit, get out of here.
I will say, chat, you have got 30 seconds to vote.
I mean, as I was saying, Professor, the Cygnus is one of the best designed ships I've seen in a long time from the black hole.
Yeah,
very, very well designed. Look, nothing like anything that any of those films were coughing up within that year or those years.
It's been a long time since I've seen that. I need to go back and watch Black Hole again.
I've been meaning to do that for a long time as well. Yeah.
10 seconds, everybody. Got 10 seconds to vote for the list.
I don't know why, but recently I've been watching a whole bunch of 70s sci-fi shows. I've been watching UFO, never seen that
Nice.
one before.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
okay.
And then someone else recommended Blake's 7. Never
Yeah,
seen
Blake
that one.
7's all right, but it's cheap.
Yeah.
So yeah, oh yeah, it's I watched a couple episodes. I was like, oh, this was definitely made by the BBC at the same
Mm.
time as some of the Doctor Who, because there's so many actors and so many props and things that just look exactly
Made
the
for
same.
no money, but the acting and
Yeah.
story is really good.
What's the name of the ship in Buck Rogers where they used to fly around? Those were really nice.
Starfighter.
Thunder Fighters, I think.
Thunder Fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Starfighter, depending where
Yeah.
you... The poll is closed, everybody. And the... not surprisingly, here we go. In reverse order, USS Orville with 4%.
Wow.
Andromeda Ascendant, 7%. Babylon 5 White Star, 35. And Ian will be pleased about this. Farscape Moya, 52.
Oh.
Okay, so Moya through to the next round. So that's the technical bit. Okay, so do we want to carry on for another 30 minutes, gents?
Oh, well,
Why not?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no slides or anything, so it'll be just old school.
I do like the Excelsius
Cooking
as well.
bullets.
The USS Excelsior.
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
do like it. Looks heavy. It looks really heavy. Like
It looks like a
something-
proper kind of nautical vessel. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. Yeah.
So which ships do we want to see in the next round, Ian?
I want to see Nostromo. I want to see the Cygnus. I want to see the spaceship from Close Encounters, the big mothership. I want to see what else. What are some really great designs? Bleh. I have to think about it. But yeah, there's some really wonderful spaceship designs out there. Loads from
is.
Star Wars, obviously.
There
but,
is. We could literally do these shows for forever. There's so many. You go, Breath 3, stopping in for my first stream. Love your guys' stuff. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff from the 70s that's all designed by the same guy.
Yeah.
Ralph
Yeah.
McQuarrie.
Ralph McQuarrie.
Welcome to the
Ralph
Ralph McQuarrie Show. I will say, folks, community page, there is time if you want to put your favorite spaceship in the reply. So we'll keep doing these for the foreseeable future, and we'll try possibly Christmas, maybe, if we can get organized.
Seeing some
For
good
final.
suggestions in the chat. You guys need to go put that in the community page, like the RMS Titanic, the Rocinante from The Expanse, another great one. Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon.
Oh,
That's a good design, in my opinion.
The Space Winnebago.
Yeah.
So here you go.
The
Peter
Eagle.
says the Thing spaceship. I think the Thing spaceship was just a spinning disc,
Yeah, it's
wasn't
just
it?
it was a disc. It
Yeah.
was just a big disc.
UFO.
Predator ship.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's some wonderful design ships out there. Just incredible. As I said, one of my favorites is the Nostromo because it looks heavy duty. It really did look, and it's one of those ships that I wanted to own as a kid as well. You know, I think that has a lot to play in it. You know, when you see the design, you think, oh, it'd be a great toy.
Yeah. Feels very built to purpose
Yes.
as a mining ship.
It does. Yeah.
Not just the Nostromo either, but the dropship itself
Yeah. Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah. It's all good, mate. It's all good.
I had I built the Thunder Fighter, Starfighter from Buck Rogers when I was a kid. The monogram model kit
Yeah.
with the Marauder as well. I've got them somewhere in the house. I don't know where the models are. They're somewhere in the house.
Wow, you still got them. Brilliant.
They're kicking around somewhere. I don't know where. That might have been thrown out. I don't know. Here you go. Here you go. Jim D. NSEA Protector. Yeah. Galaxy Quest.
Yep.
UFO Interceptor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again, the eagle from Space 1999, and the Vipers from Battlestar Galactica. Even though I didn't like the show, but the Vipers look fucking awesome, man.
Yep.
So
Uh,
the Thunder Fighter was actually the original design of the Viper.
yeah,
it was, yeah. The
Yeah.
rejected one, yeah. You go, Tom, anyone mention Red Dwarf? Well, we did.
We did, yeah.
We did the
did that one.
Red Dwarf last episode, yeah.
I mean, the obvious ones are TIE fighters. They're a really great design as well. Even though, it looks very unpractical.
It was very impractical.
Yeah. So, also that ship, and I can't remember what it was called from, what was that TV show that Joss Whedon made? Firefly. The actual ship in Firefly. I thought that was quite a nice design.
Yes, Serenity. Yeah, somebody
Just
mentioned
Serenity,
that is one that's coming
I
up.
thought
Yeah.
it was really nice design. The USS Grissom, which is in Star Trek 3, I thought that was a nice design as well. Very different to the Star Trek design thing. The starships, I thought was really nice as well. There's loads of them out there.
There is. I know we could literally be doing this show for years. You go, Jim D, Superman's ship that brings him to Earth.
Which one?
Yeah, but
The spiky one.
You feel like you feel like you're going to prick your finger if you held that held that model. It's very sharp.
You go, Joe Darkness, Space 1999 Hawk.
Oh god,
Yeah.
yes.
Love that one.
Really?
There's a variation of the eagle, wasn't it?
The
Never
Razor
into
Crest was looked awkward, but it was a nice design. The Razor Crest from Mandalorian.
Yeah, it was
His
something
first ship.
original.
Yeah,
Something
his first
original instead of just a callback to the prequels.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice.
You go, Jax Anaman, Tron or Tron Legacy recognized as cyberspace ships.
They were okay.
Mhm.
They were okay. I thought the ship in the last Starfighter. I remember seeing the picture
Gunstar
of that.
one,
Yeah, I was like, I want that as a toy.
Oh
I
yeah.
really wanted it as a toy.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that movie as a kid.
Yeah, so did I
don't-
actually.
I don't think nobody's put Gunstar.
Oh, how could you not?
You go, my computer's really slow. Atom Grey, Buck Rogers Fighter, can't remember what it's called. Yeah, Thunder Fighter or Starfighter.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called either. Loved Buck Rogers when I was a kid.
Oh, I did as well.
Fell in love with Wilma. She
Yep.
was gorgeous.
Aaron Gray.
Yeah, she was lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Tweaky, the robot.
No, I didn't think he was lovely.
His helmet was shaped like a penis, wasn't it? It was a helmet.
bit, yeah. But you know what, right? It's really funny when you're a kid and you're watching Buck Rogers and you see, what's her name, Wilma Daring. You don't understand what you're feeling when you're a kid, do you? Until you grow up and you realize that was an erection, wasn't it?
It was a double team of her and Linda Carter.
Oh, for God's sakes, that was just heaven. When I was a kid, heaven. I didn't understand why I gravitated towards it, though. Obviously, when you're young, you didn't understand what was going on. But
Because you got a boner. Here you go, Peter Pidrak. Hello, Peter. $2. Have fun, guys. I don't have a chance to listen now. Cheers, Peter. We'll catch you tomorrow, probably.
I'll catch you later.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, Tweaky was a literal dickhead. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, Tweaky was even though he was a big copy of R2D2, obviously, but he was likable. You know,
Mel
he
Blanc
used to crack,
did the
he used
voice.
to
Yeah,
crack
yeah.
some really good jokes. Yeah,
The cartoon voice helped.
yeah, it did. And what's that thing that Mr. Metropolis, whatever his name is, the little
Dr.
circle
Theopolis.
thing?
Dr. Theopolis.
Yeah, that was weird. That was so weird.
They changed the voice of Tweaky, didn't they, for season 2?
Yeah,
and the fans were outraged.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, they weren't happy. I don't blame them actually.
Ego swappers. I'll agree with this. Odyssey from Ulysses 31.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's a nice ship.
Absolutely. All that shit.
All episodes of Ulysses 31 are on YouTube, and it's
I'll just say, if you've never seen it, what the hell are you doing to begin with, right? And secondly, just go and watch it. Every single episode's incredible. The animation's beautiful. The production lines are incredible. It's just one of the best anime shows that any age can enjoy, and they're all available on YouTube, like you were just about to say.
I guess you got to put me in the bin then. I've never seen it.
Never
seen
it.
I definitely advise it. You'll love it.
Ulysses 31. It's animated?
It is. It's like it was a co-production
Homer's
between
Odyssey.
Japan and France. So I guess it's technically anime, but it's so well done. Oh my god, the soundtrack, the production design, just literally everything.
What
Story
about
arc as well?
What about that show, Battle of the Planets? Do you remember it was a cartoon? They had some really nice. It was a Japanese cartoon, wasn't
That
it?
was
They had some really
amazing.
nice design
Mhm.
ships,
Yeah.
didn't they? in
Yeah,
that?
they really did. Yeah, they were awesome, and they always had an awesome design ships and awesome designed villain costumes for every episode as well.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, that show. When I was a kid, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
Here you go. Echo Chamberlain. Echo. Hello, Echo. What would be the British South Park equivalent? Put a bird in it and make her a les. Put a lass in it and make her a muff.
A muff? A what?
Likes carpets.
Oh, I see.
Is there any other spaceships? Let's have a look. Here you go. MDuke-84 Sputnik.
I
Oh,
suppose technically it's not an entertainment starship,
No.
but
Satellite.
Yeah.
Swappers, would you be able to find the link for Ulysses 31?
Oh, give me a minute.
Yeah, we should.
I've seen a bunch of them just on YouTube. So
Yeah, I think that some of them have been remastered.
yeah.
There's one channel that's got them all on. Here you go, Moloch, Eagle One from Space 1999.
Yeah,
I kind of get the feeling that we all know what the best spaceships are going to be towards the end, don't we? It's just getting there.
Mm.
Any more?
Couldn't see making the eagle my winner though. So I know like why people love the design. It's just never really appealed to me. I don't know.
Gotcha Man.
Gotcha Man
In
is Battle of the Planets. Yeah.
Yeah, Battle of the Planets was amazing. I mean, I didn't understand why they kept showing Princess's knickers all the time. She kept flipping over, and you always saw her knickers for some reason. I don't know
What was
why,
the what was the villain in
Battle of the
Battle of the
Planets?
Planets?
I can't remember.
He was trans, wasn't he?
I can't remember the villain, but I can remember Princess. I remember the
And
guy
Keop.
that spoke funny. Keop, yeah, him.
Yeah. The Japanese really enjoy their androgynous villains.
Yeah, they do. Zoltar, his name was, and he wasn't trans. He was both, I think,
Yeah.
because he was an alien. So yeah.
You go, Captain. Hello, Captain. Eagle One is clear number one winner. No other ship comes even close. It is a
Eagle
great
One's
ship.
it's a great ship.
Brilliant.
That's what-
I'm
I'm just looking at pictures of Battle of the Planets.
Zoltar.
I mean,
Cheers, mate.
Battle of the Planets, the design and everything, the costumes, that they designed for the characters.
That's why I liked it so much. It was just
Awesome.
beautiful. Yeah.
Look like real they look like superheroes. And look, what Princess is doing a kung fu kick here, and you can see her knickers. What's that all about?
Fan service. Japanese invented that.
Well, that was for the Japanese audience. That one.
Mhm.
You go, Nikki Relahan. Hello, Nikki. Can we include any of the USA space shuttles, real life but beautiful? You could do if you Moonraker.
Moonraker, yeah. Moonraker.
Yeah,
Moonraker
do
1.
as- I was looking at a Moonraker model kit today, to be fair.
Also, the space station in Moonraker was a really, really well designed piece of model, wasn't
Derek
it?
Meddings.
It looked fantastic, in my opinion.
Here you go. Swappers has put the link for Ulysses 31. Is that the channel for all the? Episode 1. And
Yeah. So you'll just be able to find all the episodes after
Yeah.
you've seen that one.
guys, if you've not watched Ulysses 31, it's really, really, really good.
Good grief.
I'll have a look.
It's about 40 years old as well, Swappers. Can you believe it?
About 35, I think. Yeah.
No, it was early 80s.
Well, it was shown in the UK in 86, 87. I think it was.
Are you sure? I was at school. So
Yes, it was.
Is it like a retelling of the Odyssey? Or
Yeah.
It is.
oh, okay.
So
Cool.
what was the ship called in Battle of the Planets?
It was called the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
And all that color and everything, the blue and the
Primary
white
colours,
and
yeah.
the red, and it's just very, very
Yeah, Zoltar. Was it Zoltan or Zoltar?
Zoltar.
number.
Yeah, hermaphrodite, yeah.
Hermaphrodite, thank you. Yes, technically, that's the word.
Battle of the
You know,
Planets, man.
We never thought that in the West. We just thought it was some bloke with lipstick on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who like to dress with a pointy hat.
Well, they did the amount of things they said in their own language. Obviously, they obviously didn't say it word by word, did they? Same thing with Monkey as well, because I remember seeing a documentary on Monkey, and when they would they actually told you every word that they said, and then they showed you the British version, what they were saying. It was completely different, but it meant the same thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Monkey was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Monkey magic. Here you go, folks. Romeo, Romeo, Tango, November, Zulu for 10 New Zealand dollars. Mega Geek has just explained why 1978 to 1982 were the best years to go through puberty.
Oh, God, yeah.
Linda Carter,
Wow.
Daisy Duke, and
Woof.
Erin Gray.
Oh,
Back then, even Doctor Who
Yeah,
had
Leela.
hot
Oh my lord.
assistants.
Yeah.
Leela, Romana.
Romana. Yeah, they
Explains
were
a lot.
hot. They were hot, man. They really were.
Who
You have
was the,
Charlie's Angels. Oof. What? Sorry.
Who was the Colin Baker? Was it Perry?
That was Perry. Yeah, Perry was
Oh,
gorgeous
God,
as
she
well.
had it.
Yeah, she had big boobies. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But I mean, look at you. You had again. You had Charlie's Angels, didn't you? The show that never quitted, even though nobody was watching it. But you had some really hot women in that as well.
Yeah,
Matt Houston had that girl from Buck Rogers. You know, the Princess Adala. She was gorgeous as well, wasn't she? Wow.
Let's go back and watch that.
Yeah. What a woman.
Yeah, I mean, when she was on Buck Rogers, she had a kit out all the time, didn't she? Here you go,
Well,
Romeo, Romeo, Tango, November, Zulu. Again, for 2 New Zealand dollars. Best equals Star Blazers, Yamata. 3 words, wave, motion, gun.
It's funny you should say that actually about the Japanese stuff, because in Starfleet, I don't know if you used to watch that as a kid. The villain villain looked like a woman in that too.
Yeah. They were very androgynous, weren't they? The puppets for the villains. Yeah. Oh my God, the ex-bomber in Starfleet was incredible.
It was.
And also, you can forget Diex as well, which is the combining robot, which is wow.
That used to be, if I'm mistaken, that used to be Saturday mornings. They used to play it Saturday mornings. And one of the best things about Starfleet is, even though it's puppets, they treated everything seriously.
Yeah, they did.
It was And this is a spoiler. At the ending, a lot of them die. So
it's a really downbeat ending, but it's amazing.
It was.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Anybody remember Jason of Star Command?
Vaguely
as well. Vaguely.
I think it had Mr. Scott in that as well.
I think so. Yeah, it did. It
did,
as I remember it.
Sid Haig. I thought the spaceships were great in that as well.
Oh, just
was it Filmation? YouTube. It was Filmation, I think.
All the episodes for Starfleet are on there as well. Wow.
Oh, cool.
Amazing.
Don't watch the ending.
It's a great ending. It's a very really mature ending for a kid show.
Yes, it was.
I don't know what it is. Swappers, could you put the link in Doodah, please?
You don't know what Starfleet is?
I can't remember it.
You don't remember it? It's a Japanese puppet, puppet sci-fi.
It's a puppet.
It was like Thunderbirds. A bit like
a bit Jerry Anderson, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit Jerry Anderson is, but it took everything seriously. It wasn't like there was a joke or anything. It had a few jokes in there, but it wasn't like Thunderbirds. Everything was really serious, and it was real threats and stuff like that. So that's what I liked about it.
Swappers has put the link for Starfleet.
Yeah, it's the practical effects in that show were absolutely awesome.
That princess in it. as well. So just like Star Wars had a princess, they had someone that look a bit like a Wookiee.
Oh, Kirara.
Yeah,
was so
Kirara.
great. Yeah.
Here you go, Peter Harrington, Space Patrol.
Oh, I remember that. Space Patrol.
That's not Space Precinct, is it?
No, that's a different. Space Precinct was made by Jerry Anderson.
Yeah.
Before my time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
You must be really young then.
Not that young.
Terrorhawks. Anybody into Terrorhawks?
Yes.
I kind of liked it, but I thought their
I
heads
kind
were
of,
too
yeah.
big. I thought their heads were huge. I was like, what is this all about?
Was
After
it
watching, sorry, go ahead.
No, Kate Kestrel.
Oh God.
Who else?
After watching
Faulkner
Captain
or something.
Scarlet, I was like, why did they go backwards? Because Captain Scarlet puppets looked so good, and then they went backwards.
They didn't have much motion though, did they, Captain Scarlet?
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Look who is everybody. Z3PO.
Hello.
Hello Z. Brian May did the theme tune for Starfleet.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great. Well, he didn't do the theme tune, but he did a version of the theme tune that was released as a single later on. And it was
Did Dennis Waterman do the theme tune?
No.
Did he write the theme
Thankfully,
tune?
no.
Sing the theme tune?
Are you sure it's Brian May? Because like there's two Brian Mays. There's Brian May, the Australian composer that did the music for Mad Max, and then there's Brian May, the guitarist. So
I'll tell you what, if it was Brian May who did both, I'd be amazed.
There you go. This is going to the, I think this is Terrorhawks. Tiger Neinstein. Yeah.
Yeah. And Windsor Davis for the voice of one of the Zeroids.
Yeah, Zoids. Yeah, here you go. MC, he did.
Oh, he did? Both of them?
No.
No,
Kate
no
Kestrel,
way.
yeah.
Oh, Kate Kestrel. Well, there was two on BBC One, Matt. There was Battle of the Planets, and there was this other one, which I can't remember, which had a black woman with an afro. Do you remember that show? And a little robot that looked like Artoo a bit, but it was square. And it was
Black woman with an afro.
Yeah, so I think it was
Reva, was it?
No, it was. I can't remember what it was called, but it was by Film Nation. You know, I remember that the credits where Film Nation thing was going round in a circle. Do you remember that? And they did Tarzan as well. The same company did Tarzan. Do you remember Tarzan?
Was it, we're talking about a cartoon.
Yeah, a cartoon. Yeah, it's the same
Space
company.
Guardians.
Was it? Were they called Space Guardians?
Don't know.
I can't remember what it's called.
Anybody know?
Film Nation. Is it Film Nation?
Here you go. MC. MC says no. Mad Max Brian May is different.
Yes, he is. It's Australian, I think.
Here you go. Swappers. Brian May.
Brian May.
That's a really catchy tune, that one. It's amazing.
I can't remember Starfleet.
Starfleet was amazing. When I was a kid, I used to tune in every Saturday.
Yeah, watch the first episode, Brown. Watch it. Go and watch it.
I was shocked at the ending. I was like,
Chat is saying Space Sentinels.
That's it. That's the one. Space. Let me put that in my
They always come
search bar.
through, don't they?
Yeah,
Wow, I've got to
Space
check this now.
Sentinels.
Let's have a look at this.
Space Sentinels was one of those cartoons that that's
Is it
the
on
one.
YouTube?
I don't know.
Do we know?
Yeah, see the black woman with the afro. The black
Oh,
woman
I
with the afro.
remember the holographic face guy with the starry eyes.
Yeah. This was this was up against Battle of the Planets. Battle of the Planets was better though, in my opinion.
Filmation.
Yeah, Filmation.
Filmation did Jason of Star Command as well, which was pretty good, to be fair, considering it was kids. Dommy says, where do people of the US watch old BBC shows, I wonder?
Who are it? That's all I can say. Yeah.
This is wow, I've forgotten all about this. Well done.
Yeah, it's really funny because you got that girl with the afro who has a tight fitting costume. Then you got the guy who has no shirt on whatsoever. Yeah. He's got a cape though.
Here you go, Jim D. The Boy from Outer Space. That was some creepy 70s shit.
Yeah,
that was right up there with Blake Seven and Doctor Who for creepiness. That was.
Yeah.
I tend to
Still,
find
though-
all of my old British shows just on archive.org, to be honest. There's a lot of them on there.
But still, though, the imagination that was running through these people that made cartoons and stuff was pretty cool.
Yep.
You know, just obviously some of it was based on Star Wars because of the success of Star Wars that came out. But you know, I mean, it was still there. I mean, you know, it's just we had the best time as kids. I don't know about what kids are too much on their phones these days, but when we were kids, we had some really good shows to watch.
Well, yeah, for Ulysses 31 for me, it was just great sci-fi. Didn't even
Yeah.
occur to me that it was a cartoon. I would have loved to have seen it. I'm surprised it hasn't been made, to be fair, but there you go. It's
We did have some rubbish ones though, like Metal Mickey was absolute nonsense.
there you go, MC Space Sentinels.
Yeah, Space Sentinels is terrific. As I said,
I've put that in my playlist.
yeah, a woman in a tight costume. She's a black woman and she's got afro. Can't say any fairer than that.
There you go. This is how we welcome to Grumpy Old Men on a Saturday night. Jim D, everything sucks ass now.
Well, not everything, but I'm just saying that I think as a kid myself, you know, I have fond memories of the stuff I used to watch, and but I don't know what kids watch these days. They're too busy talking to their friends via FaceTime, or you know, that's what when my nieces come around, that's all they do, you know. But when we were kids, we used to watch things like Space Sentinels and Starfleet, and
well, they're all on
kinds of
TikTok
nonsense.
now, aren't they? Just looking at each
They'll
other's
they'll want followers now. You know, it's like they think it's really important to have millions following them.
Oh, that's a bit sad, isn't it?
They watch.
Well, that didn't stop us when we were kids. So
No, just go to the
internet
local
never
news
stopped
agents.
us. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. News agents.
Yeah, we just sort of surreptitiously walk around the shop and occasionally glance at the top shelf and then walk out with a boner.
Do you remember they used to have these shops where they used to sell secondhand comics?
I thought you were saying secondhand porn mags.
No. Listen, so they used to have this comic. But I'm coming to that though. That's the thing.
These are all stuck together.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
You remember them? So basically, they used to have these stores where they had comics in the front, right? And when you walk in, you could just smell all the comics. But at the back, they used to have the porn.
Could you smell them as well?
Yes. And it was all you could see all the men behind there reading all the porn stuff and kids looking at the comics. And they used to be dotted around everywhere in London. I can't remember what they were called, but yeah, it was secondhand comics. It was like hundreds and hundreds of secondhand comics that you could buy from there. But yeah, interesting days.
Asian babes for me. You go, common people for £5. That's real money, folks. As my old dad used to say, you get the baked beans. You get the baked beans. I'll go stick this in the hot press. It's great to see you back, common people. You've been missed. Okay. I think that's it, folks.
That's a shame. We're just getting right into it. Into our old days.
For a little while longer, to be honest.
We didn't even work our way to the 70s and start talking about like Star Trek the animated series or
Yep.
No, 2 hours. 2 hours.
And Elf was an awful show as well. Elf.
Oh God. That is it, folks. Genuinely, it was super last moments and genuinely great. Great to see you guys popping in and listening to us talking shite. Appreciate the votes for the spaceships. I don't think we'll be doing the spaceships tomorrow, but we'll do some more Wednesday. We'll try and blast through those as quickly as we can because there's lots of spaceships to do. As I said, we could be here all year doing them. So, peeps in the chat, you are wonderful. You know that we are nothing without the chat. It'd be just us talking shy to each other. So great to see you all, everybody. We're back tomorrow. I will thank the guests coming in late, but better late than never. Professor Artoo.
Oh, thanks again. Lots of fun.
Cheers, buddy. Great to have you on. the Mega Geek, Ian David Diaz.
No worries.
It's shit. Cheers, Ian.
Cheers.
And last but by no means least, at least he likes all the spaceships, Emperor Kippers. Cheers, Kippers.
Thank you. Thanks to the chat. And thanks to the rest of the panel as well. It's been a lovely couple of hours.
We should we used to do Saturday religiously.
Let's do some films, man.
And people are saying reinstate the Saturday.
Yeah, do it.
On 2 hours. Big decision.
We should do Wonder Woman. Let's do Wonder Woman.
What?
The 70s Wonder Woman.
You want to do Wonder Woman.
Everybody wanted to do Wonder Woman in those days, mate. I tell you.
In reserve, okay, I've done the slides for Poltergeist, which was 1982.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Blade Runner, which was 1982. Perhaps we should do 1982
Yes.
movies.
The Thing, 1982.
Yes.
As I said, I wished I'd kept all the slides. Never mind.
E.T. 1982.
That's right, 82.
I wish I'd kept. I don't think we've done E.T. Okay, I'm kind of getting chat. You want to see movies, don't you, on Saturday? Yeah, Tron. We did Tron as well. Wished I'd kept the slides.
Rocky 3.
Never seen it.
I know it was 80. Yeah, it was 82. Was it Rocky 3 82? I think it was.
Here you go, Jay. 82 movies is a year's worth of streaming. Yeah. Yeah, here you go. Cheers, Romeo. Here you go. Conan, Blade Runner, E.T., Wrath of Khan.
Tron.
Yeah. Tron.
Bloody hell.
Poltergeist.
What else?
Anyway.
There was loads of there's loads of films, man. Just looking at the list here.
Yeah. Was it First Blood?
Okay.
First Blood, yeah.
Did that as well. God, I wish I kept the slides. Never mind. I think that is it, folks. We are back tomorrow doing the musing stuff. People have told me forget the Marvel stuff. Be a short show, everybody.
About 20 minutes.
It's going to be a short show, everybody. So that's it. We will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Cheers.